Welcome to this week's edition of the MBP Movie Podcast. As usual, I am joined by my brother Dan. Dan, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. So this month.
This month, yeah. We're back. We are back, folks. So it's been a while. Life's got in the way, but hopefully we'll be back doing a couple of months again.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Right then, I'll just... Dan, you been watching anything good lately?
I've been watching a lot of documentaries on Netflix. Oh God, what did I watch? That one, Evil Genius. That was a bit.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, very bizarre, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And most of them are dead now, I think, aren't they? So they can't even... The truth can't come out fully.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think the guy was innocent because he took a lollipop and the two were swinging the cane around. He walked out the bank, but the more I watched the program, I thought maybe he is innocent. Maybe he won't.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? That.
Yeah, very bizarre.
Very, very bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, other than that, I can't think of it.
And did you you watched Dirty John, didn't you? The documentary.
Oh yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that was. Yeah, I watched the series, then watched the documentary because I thought it was quite absurd. Some of it, I thought, no, this didn't happen like this. Then when I watched the documentary, I found out a lot of it did happen as they said it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit freaky. Right then, I say we just jump straight into the news and chit chat.
Yep, cool.
Yep. Right, so news and chit chat. There's quite a lot to catch up on for the past, but I've just omitted some news because I think it's past news now. But there's a couple of little tidbits I've kept from a few weeks ago, and one of them was Noah Centineo. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's in talks to play He-Man in Sony's Master of the Universe. So have you got any thoughts on that, Dan?
Don't know who he is.
You don't know who he is? I should have tagged you in that one as well. He looks very young looking. There's been a lot of complaints.
He's been cast or he's in talks to be cast?
Well, I've read that he's in talks and I've read that he's been cast, but according to the rap, he is just in talks. So, I guess you can tell that for what you will.
Noah Centineo, you say?
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to judge, isn't it? Because obviously we're going to be talking about Shazam today, and I forgot his name as well. Is it
Zachary Levi?
That's what we're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at him and thought it looks a bit small, but look how he bulked up and.
Exactly.
He did look the part in the end. So
I think some people don't think these things exist called gyms. So.
Well, I think an everyday person is probably not going to have the time to bulk up like that. No. So I think you find it hard to believe that somebody's going to be able to bulk up that quickly. But
Christopher Reeve was very scrawny before he got Superman.
Yeah, well they're getting paid basically like got a gym out there, so we can just spend hours and hours in gym.
Exactly. So we'll watch this space where that film is concerned.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to pick up on was Zach Snyder's going back to direct a film called Army of the Dead, and I think we did mention this a while back, and it's a zombie heist movie. By that, I don't mean they're going in and stealing zombies, but I think they're going in somewhere where it's infested with zombies to steal something. And Dave Bautista's been cast in the lead.
All right.
So I thought that was quite interesting. It's a movie from Netflix, and it's got a budget of $70 million.
Yeah.
So you got any thoughts on that?
Just see what happens. I don't really know. There's plenty of zombie stuff out there at the minute. I mean, there's games galore. There's Walking Dead.
Yeah. Zombies coming out of our ears.
Annie Schwarzenegger did one, didn't he? Was it called Maggie?
Yeah, Maggie. Yeah, I've not seen it though.
No, I haven't seen it.
No. It's going down well then. Yeah, I think Dave Bautista I love him in the Guardians movies, and he's got charisma. He's also a pro wrestler, so he knows what he's doing.
Well, let's say we'll get a third movie now.
What do you mean?
Well, they're
Guardians. Yeah, we're getting one. Yeah, it's script as well. So, that's a good segue actually, Dan, into the news about the Suicide Squad, which James Gunn's directing before he goes to do Guardians 3.
All right.
And a few bits of news: Viola Davis and Joel Kinnaman are returning as what's her name again? Can't remember it. Amanda Waller and Rick Flag. So, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's good. I'd like to see his man even come back. It's a shame Will Smith ain't going to be back, but
yeah, Boomerang's back as well, and he was good.
Yeah.
And the thing for me is, speaking of Boomerang. Speaking of Will Smith, It was originally reported that Idris Elba was going to play Deadshot as a replacement, but apparently it's come out that that's not happening. And instead, Idris Elba was going to play a new character. And personally, I'm happy with this because I hate recastings.
Yeah, I don't like recastings. Plus, then if Will Smith can do a third one, if
Exactly.
they do a third one,
Yeah.
that
Well,
option's
I think the way the first Suicide Squad ends, you could say that he's like retired, or like he got, because he was trying to sort out things with his daughter. You could say like he's not in the squad anymore, and
yeah.
then just bring him back in the third film if you can. But it's
So
funny you mention that.
It has
Sorry,
been done before though. Underworld, Kate Beckinsale, she didn't do one of them, did she? And then she came back.
Yeah, I think that was the prequel one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they brought it back, didn't they? Because I think they thought without her, it's nothing. Well, just going off this final bit of news on the Suicide Squad, the producer Peter Safran is reaffirmed his previous comments that despite the retaining cast members, it's not a sequel to the original film.
All right.
But I don't know if maybe he's been taken out of context slightly, because I wonder if because they keep using the words reboot, and you can reboot something and still have the previous films be canon, because Batman Forever, for example, Batman and Batman Returns are still canon.
Yeah.
In that universe, it's just obviously
I don't see the point, because what I think they're doing very strangely at the minute. If they're saying this is a reboot, I think that's a stupid idea, because everyone who looks at it, your casual cinema goer that don't read news or anything, is going to go, "Oh, sequel to Suicide Squad." That's what they're going to expect. That's what they're going to think it is.
The reboots have turned from around Hollywood a bit. It's a lot basically, and I think sometimes when they say reboot, they mean like they don't necessarily mean they're not gonna. It's not gonna be a sequel, but they're not gonna like acknowledge the previous film as much.
Yeah.
And what you'll probably have is, I think you'll just see it as it'll be like its own film, but all the cast members and stuff will probably know each other and all that sort of stuff. The characters.
Yeah.
So that's how I see things. I just don't think you'll have them going. Remember that time when this happened and stuff like that.
Yeah, as long as they don't play it like they've never met or something, I just find that.
Yeah, because then it's like,
it'd just be stupid for me.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
What, you don't think it's a reboot or a reimagining? You think it's just a...
I think it's a reboot, but I don't think it's a reboot in the sense of like this is starting again. I think it's like this is
different style.
Yeah, but like a different style, and they'll probably won't acknowledge anything that happened in the previous movie. That's what kind of things I think will happen.
Well, I think they are turning more towards, because how successful it is for Marvel, they've realised that that dark tone that Nolan set out worked at that time, but it's not working now. So I think, they're trying to bring more humour into it. And it's not like Marvel invented this style, that's been there for years. They've just chose that early.
But I think what films like Aquaman, Shazam, Wonder Woman have proven is each film has to have its own style.
Yeah.
Its own tone.
Yeah,
and
totally
because like a Batman film that's jokey and stuff, I think could rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
So I think Batman will probably remain quite grounded and natural and stuff like that.
If you think about the Justice League cartoon, he's usually serious in that, and he's Batman. I mean, he does have the odd thing, but he's still seen as the serious guy, so you can do it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, while we're just talking about Batman, the trailer for Joker came out this week. It was a teaser trailer. Just wanted to know what your thoughts were on it, and if you're going to look it or...
I don't understand why... If you just took Joker out of that, you've got a movie. I don't understand why they've thrown Joker in. I mean, obviously we haven't seen it, we're just judging from a trailer, but for me, I just wasn't that... I wasn't that interested before, and I'm still not that interested. Don't get me wrong, it looks a good film, but I'm not looking at that like a comic book film. That looks quite a serious film, where you could have just done a serious film.
I don't think they want you to look at it like a comic book film. I think that's the point.
Well,
because it's like an L. It's like an L. Because it's like.
But they're not advertising it like that. Because the whole thing was going to be, is it going to be DC Black or whatever it was going to be called?
But this is the first teaser trailer. That could still be being worked out what they want to call it. So you might see that the final trailer or the next trailer might have that term at the start, potentially.
I think they should have done that straight away, so people knew that it won't so.
But we don't know what's going on internally, do we? To say like what?
No.
My personal opinion is I was looking forward to it before, and after watching the trailer, I'm kind of not as much now. A lot of people went crazy about it on the internet and were going, "Oh, great it looks" and stuff. But I was like, look, looks a bit weird, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this, and I think sometimes you get a bit of stick for saying it, but I just don't like weird things, and I'm not into weirdness. I don't like to feel like that, to feel awkward and to feel out of place and
Yeah, I got a bit of a vibe.
uncomfortable.
Do you remember that Bill Murray film where he dressed up as a clown?
Yeah, but that was a comedy, that wasn't it?
Was it a comedy? I can't. I'm maybe
Yeah,
getting
yeah. Well, they
confused
robbed
with
that
that and
bank.
somebody else. Yeah, I remember watching something that I've been sort of that, and I got the same vibe from this, and I thought, I don't think it's going to be a very nice film to watch if you know what I mean.
No, I
the
agree
way
with
I
you, yeah.
the way I feel about life at the minute, I just want to watch stuff that make me feel happy, not.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people will get stick for that on the internet, but at the end of the day, some people don't mind. Like, I love horror movies, but I don't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Hills Have Eyes because they're very weird, awkward movies, and I don't like to feel like that watching a film.
Yeah, but I still say at our age now, we're not the target audience anyway.
Probably right.
You know, we're not the kind of people that go out and buy Blu-rays, DVDs. I do buy some stuff on digital, but I kind of have these periods where I massively calm down. Like now, I'm not even looking on iTunes. I don't want to see anything because I don't want to buy it. I want to save my money, and I think that it's targeted towards an audience that will be frivolous with the money and go out and watch. Like I used to when I first met my wife, we used to go to cinema all the time. We'd go 3-4 times a month easily.
Yeah, there was a period when I used to go a lot, and I'd go see films like The Assassination of Richard Nixon, and I won't go see a film like that now. But at the time, I just used to like going to the cinema, and that's kind of died down for me a bit now.
Yeah,
okay. We're getting older, and we've both got kids, haven't we, and stuff. So.
Yeah, I used to love nothing more than a thriller. Thrillers used to be my thing. I used to be into world cinema film, especially Korean movies, which I thought were superb, some of the best I've seen. But kind of now, I don't know, I kind of got more back into just entertainment value for me now.
Do you think it is like your age and your situation in life, or do you think like movies have just evolved into that point where like because there are a lot of fun movies out there right now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there tends to be like, is it tropes? Is the right word?
Yeah, and trends and things.
Yeah. So, and I think with obviously Marvel being so big and the formula they have with, even in their serious moments, they'll throw in a joke, which sometimes is in my opinion a bit of a detriment to the scene, but still got that kind of
it does work sometimes, but I think sometimes obviously it might depend on director's choices and stuff as well. But sometimes maybe they go a bit too far, and do it at the wrong moments. Yeah. Right. So move on now to Terminator. There's nothing big. There were just some images released recently, and they weren't like spectacular images of like, and you go, wow. But it's just, I just want to talk to you about like the film itself and the title, Terminator: Dark Fate. What do you feel about like the title and the movie in general? And are you looking forward to it, or are you kind of done with Terminator? Or
it's simple as last chance saloon for Terminator. If this don't work, then that's it. It's done.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think if it doesn't work,
if you've got James Cameron involved and it still can't make money, then it's never going to make money again, is it really?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like the director's Tim Miller, who did Deadpool and stuff, and you think, well, that's kind of encouraging because that was a good film. And
yeah, I think the first image I've got up here is a young woman with a yellow top on. That looks fine. The picture of Arnie, obviously, I like to see that because I'm still a big fan of Arnie. That looks fine. And for some reason,
it's Linda Hamilton as well, isn't there?
Yeah, sorry, my picture of gone all over the place.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse us because we won't remember actor names, apart from like the obvious ones.
The Linda Hamilton one, I don't know. There's something about that picture.
I think it looks a bit corny because I thought it looked a bit corny. Yeah.
Yeah, and same with the picture of. I'm guessing there's another Terminator. The way it looks like he's walking.
I thought exactly that. I was like, he's got to be a Terminator, aren't they? If not,
which is quite interesting to see just by. He's obviously in the middle of a walk and that pose, and you can tell straight away he's a Terminator. That's actually pretty cool, I think, that you can tell that. But yeah, the whole thing, there's the picture of the other woman with the chain around the thing, and I hope it kind of looks a bit cheap, and I hope it doesn't look like that.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
because pictures can be a bit deceiving. But
if it was dark and cheap, it might work better. But if it's not dark, it doesn't look very dark to me, and I think that worries me because I think Terminator should be dark.
Yeah, Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've kind of
I think the title sucks as well, Dark
I've
Fate.
lost
It sounds
all.
like a video
Why
game.
can't they just make King Conan, man? Just make King Conan
Yeah.
instead. I'd love to see
Do,
that.
do you agree on the title? I think it sounds like a video game.
What was it again? Sorry, the
Terminator Dark Fate.
Dark Fate. Yeah, it just.
Why don't they just call it... What is the original called? The Terminator? Why don't they just call it Terminator?
I don't like when they do that. It really bugs me.
Oh,
Because then when you're looking
Terminators?
for it, you get Terminator. Was it 82? It came out the original, and then you get
Yeah, I think so.
Terminator 2019, 2020.
Well, it's like
Over.
Halloween, isn't it? The sequel to Halloween is called Halloween.
Yeah. So then you start searching for that, and you're like, all right, I've got two versions here. I
Well,
mean,
what
it's
if they
not
were...
that hard to find the
They
right
could
one, but.
go... They could go the Predators route and Aliens route and call it Terminators.
I don't know. I've kind of lost hope for it being good, which I hope means it's
Yeah, that's
just
how
going
I feel.
to be good. But I feel now it reeks of desperation with Terminator.
What do you think about Terminator? Terminator 3 was terrible. Terminator Salvation, was it? That was boring. And the last one
That could
was
have the potential to be
awful.
great.
Yeah.
What was? Oh God, yeah,
What was it?
Genesis.
Genesis, that's it. Oh,
Oh
that was
God.
bad.
Anyway,
That was bad. Anyway, moving on to the final bit of news. I just wanted to touch on Captain Marvel and how well it's doing. It's now the highest grossing female-led superhero film of all time, which is
it's
great
smashing,
news.
isn't it?
Great
Well,
news for Marvel and female superheroes, and it's over $1 billion already. So, or
yeah,
$1 billion. That
I'm
is so.
hoping to go see it. I wasn't going to go see it because I tend to be now pick and choose the movies I want to see. I don't think I went to see Ant-Man and the Wasp either.
No, you did go see that.
Did I?
Yeah, I've still not seen that even.
Oh, it was Black Panther. I didn't go see, wasn't it?
Yeah. I went to see Black Panther.
That turned out to be actually quite a good film.
See, I probably would have gone to see Captain Marvel if it weren't for like the situation I've got like two kids and I wasn't that enamored by it. But if I'd have probably had the time to go see it, I probably would have gone to see it.
It's not that I don't want to see it. It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I just thought I'm looking forward to Avengers Endgame, and that's all that's on my mind.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, the trailer for that came on today, didn't it? When we went to see Shazam, and I was just like,
a brilliant trailer. That I think
the music and everything. Yeah, it makes gives you goosebumps, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you just sat there like, please come out tomorrow. I don't want to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I won't mind going to see it just so because I felt like that was a bit detrimental to Black Panther for me. I didn't enjoy it as much, and I think that was because I saw Infinity War before
Yeah,
it.
because Infinity War's a bit more epic in it.
So
Even
yeah,
though
so I
Black
kind
Panther's
of don't.
epic, yeah.
I don't want to do that with Captain Marvel as well. I'd like to see it's a standalone movie, so you're not expecting it to be as
Of course,
big in scale as an Avengers movie. But I think I actually thought the last trailer I saw for that looked a lot better than the first sort of like teaser one they did. Something didn't seem right, but the second one I thought looked great. So
yeah, none of them have really
see it.
grasped me, but I still want to see it. This is the thing for me. I think people will think, oh, you get accused of being like a Marvel hater and stuff, and it's not that. It's just that, I've got a family, and money's not. I'm not exactly swimming in money. Sometimes you've got to be a bit choosy with what you go see.
Well, don't go see every DC movie either. I didn't go see Suicide Squad.
I did. See, I do, but I've long said I am more of a DC fan than a Marvel fan anyway, in general. But that doesn't mean
that likely to go out here to see a DC movie.
Yeah, but I don't hate Marvel. I love Marvel characters. Like Captain America is probably like my third favorite superhero of all time. I love Spider-Man and stuff. It's just with Captain Marvel in particular, because the trailers didn't grab me. I thought, well, I think I'll watch this one at home.
Yeah.
Preference.
Yeah, to be fair, that's why I thought. I still thought I'd watch it at home, just because.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
More because it was a standalone one. Ant-Man, I really liked Ant-Man. That's what I'm gonna go see the second one.
Yeah. And the second is on Sky. I'll probably, the date's on Sky. I'll probably watch it that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Can't go see everything when you get to our age.
Yeah. So we can move on to our main topic of discussion now, which we're not going to go in depth on spoilers today. We're going to do it next week. We may do something else next week as well to go alongside it because we're hoping to have a guest on. But Dan,
well, if we both go see Captain Marvel, we could cover Captain Marvel next week.
I don't know if I'll be able to go see. I don't know if I'll be able to play out. I've already got Endgame tickets for the end of the month. I wanted to see Pet Cemetery as well, but I don't think I'm going to get to go see that. So
go see what? Sorry,
Pet Cemetery. I'm dying to see that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I'm a big horror
I'd wait
guy.
for that on Sky
Is it,
or...
I'm a horror
Yeah.
guy though, so I don't know why they didn't bring it out in October.
No
It's a
idea.
horror. Get it out in October. Get it out. Unless there's other stuff coming out. In fact, something else before we move on. I saw the new trailer for the new Annabelle, which won't interest you, but I think it looks so good. I'm really excited about that. So,
You just have to see
Conjuring
if it-
fans. Well,
I can't tell the trailer sometimes, can you?
no,
Whether
of
it's
course
gonna-
you can't. I like the concept behind it though. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, to watch. So I thought, I might have to go up pictures to see that one. So
I'll tell you what, we could just quickly discuss the new Hellboy trailer, because I thought it looked a lot better than the first one, but I felt the jokes fell really flat.
yeah, the jokes did fall flat.
I
Yeah.
felt that if the jokes had hit the spot, I think that'd have been a really good trailer. Because I thought it looked poor before, but this trailer made me think it looks better.
I don't know how you feel, but I kind of feel like if it was Ron Perlman, I think they might have landed it a lot better. I just don't know if the delivery out. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, because I really like him as an actor as well.
Yeah,
But
he's great, isn't he? Because he's great in Stranger Things. But
yeah, just they did seem to fall flat. Well, like the timing wasn't quite
David
right.
Harbour, that's his name, David Harbour.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
And I was seeing all this like CGI, and I was just thinking, this just looks like one of those films where they spend a load of money on effects. And
I don't think if that were Guillermo del Toro, you'd seen any of that at all.
No,
It looked anything like that. I think he looks cool as Hellboy though. His outfit and stuff looks great, but I think he looks a bit too sinister.
Yeah, I thought that. I like his eyebrows didn't move, so I was a bit like.
Yeah, so you're not getting the expression of his face.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was getting the expression. That's what I was looking for.
Maybe that's why the
expressions.
jokes.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, definitely. But again, that'll be one I'll watch at home. I think, not at the cinema.
Yeah,
unfortunately. So right then, should we move on to non-spoiler review of?
Yeah, I'll just quickly say if it had been Guillermo del Toro doing Hellboy 3 and it had been Ron Perlman, I'd probably gone to cinema to see after Hellboy 2.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Because Hellboy 2 was great. I thought it was better.
It's fantastic, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. But yeah, sorry. Moving
on.
Right
then, let's dive into Captain Sparklefingers. I mean Shazam. So, right, just want to give non-spoiler thoughts. What do you think of it?
Oh, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. Made me laugh a lot. I thought I was watching it, and after when I went back, I thought, do you know, that's nothing like any of the other DC movies at all. And I started. That's when you were saying earlier about them being different.
Yeah.
And I thought, it wasn't like Aquaman, it wasn't like Wonder Woman. And I thought, well, they won't like each other either. This is very different styles going at the minute. And I just think they got this really spot on the style.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
And to think as well, we've got Birds of Prey coming out next year, and that looks. I don't know if you saw that announcement teaser, but that looks very different to. I think that's going to have a completely different tone. That's going to be possibly be R-rated as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got Wonder Woman 84 coming out as well, and that's set in the 80s. So that's probably going to have another different tone.
Yeah.
So it should be exciting to see. But have you got? Do you want? Is that your overall? That's just your general thoughts, and I'll give mine then. Yeah, like you, I thought it were fun. It was hilarious at times. I thought the action was good. I thought, considering it had a low budget, the CGI looked pretty good. And I know you probably didn't notice, but some of the emotional bits kind of got to me a little bit as a parent. And, the bits of the mother, like, I won't spoil anything, but they kind of made me feel a bit almost tearful. So I was like trying to hold that in a bit. Yeah. Since I've become a dad, I'm like an emotional wreck now. I just get.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Things
get to you now, don't they? It's very strange.
Being a parent, and I just think they got it absolutely spot on, and I hope David Sandberg's back for sequel.
Yeah, I would definitely, because if it tend to find a lot of these things, you get a really good first.
I hope we
one
get
and
a sequel director. Well. Yeah. Hope we get a sequel as well, but you can never be too sure because you don't know.
Depends on I don't know what it's doing in America. It's only just come out over here, hasn't it? So Is it been out in America for a week? Or
there's just been some advanced previews around and stuff.
Right, so at the same time.
Because the budget was so small, I think if it made like 500 mil worldwide, it'd be considered a smash hit.
Yeah, that's the thing in it sometimes, because you look at what someone makes, you're like, well, that made more than that other film that were a big hit, and then you forget about what it's cost them.
Well, this film probably had less than half the budget of like Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. And
well, yeah, looking at the film itself, you wouldn't have thought it had cost all that much, because there's no really in it where they need to use too much CGI.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, actually, because although there are big action set pieces, there isn't like in Man of Steel where there's buildings falling and
Yeah,
Batman vs Superman where Doomsday is destroying it. There's nothing like that, really, is there?
yeah.
They almost stick to a couple of locations, don't they, that work for it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Did you get a bit of a Spider-Man vibe from it as well?
I
Do
don't
you know
think
what I mean?
so. No.
No, I
I,
did. I definitely got a bit of a Spider-Man vibe.
no, well, the one thing I said to my wife is because some people tend to think because you do a movie like this and you put comedy elements in that it's
Yeah.
the Marvel thing, even though there's plenty of movies done this before Marvel
Yeah, it's a bit
even
annoying
started
that,
bringing
to be
films out.
honest. Yeah.
Where this just had its completely own feel to the film, I thought. I didn't think it was like any other Marvel movie or any other DC movie. It
Yeah,
just felt like its own style.
yeah, and that's not me comparing it to Marvel. I just meant like the high school aspects and stuff just gave me a bit of a little bit
Oh
of a
yeah,
Spider-Man
I know what you
vibe, and
mean. Yeah,
like the mates. No, that's not again. That I don't think there was any intentional like ripping off or anything. I think it's just a coincidence because of the way the characters are. They're both like teenage boys, aren't they? And
yeah,
who get
yeah,
superpowers basically. So,
yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, so you get what I mean now.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Totally.
what did you think to the cast?
Really good. Matt Strong's another supervillain.
Yeah, he was doing an American accent as well, wasn't he? Which surprised me.
Yeah, he does a good
He never
American
normally
accent.
does. Yeah, I was a bit
What
impressed.
did he do when he was in Green Lantern?
Oh, he
As
just did his normal accent as
Sinestro, or
Sinestro.
did he?
Yeah, yeah,
I thought he was
pretty
actually really
much.
good as Sinestro as well. I think he might have been better as Sinestro than this character personally.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. I think
Uh,
that's the one takeaway everyone's got from Green Lantern, isn't it? It's like bring him back as Sinestro. He probably still could, to be honest, because
yeah.
it looks a lot different.
At first, when I saw him, I thought, "Oh, is he going to be right cheesy, this bad guy?" But I thought they played it quite well, actually.
I liked the story, following him from because the non-spoiler, but you see him as a young boy and why he becomes the villain and stuff, and
Yeah,
I thought that was a really good like little story. That the art, the character arc.
yeah.
I really
And
enjoyed it.
I don't know what his dad's called, I don't know the actor, but I've seen him. He was in one of the Batmans when he worked for, was it Batman and Robin he was in?
John Glover. Well, he's most known for Smallville, for playing Lionel
Oh yeah,
Luthor.
he was in that as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. So
But yeah, I was just thinking I'd seen him in stuff before, and I thought
yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
he's been
yeah.
in a few comic book things.
He was also in Gremlins 2 and Scrooged, one. He's a
Yeah,
brilliant like character actor and stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
so
t-
what did you think to the? I think we should talk about Ashley Angel as Billy Batson, and then we'll talk about Zachary Levi. I say, what do you think to those two?
the kid who Billy
Yeah,
Batson's.
basically Billy and Shazam, as we'll
I
call
thought he
him.
was really good. I thought he played that part really well.
Yeah,
You could, he's playing that, and it's probably almost stereotypical now of how that a kid's meant to behave like that. But
yeah.
it's just always going back for quite a while. So
See,
yeah, I thought it was good. I thought he played it
yeah.
really well. He won. I don't think he overplayed it or anything. He just really good.
This film was based off Jeff Johns' Shazam comic arc, and in that, Billy is a bit of a prick, to be honest. And in this, I didn't think he went that far that he became that he kind of didn't like. I don't think he ever
No,
disliked him.
it was just trying to ignore stuff, wasn't it? Because I mean, trying not to go into spoilers, but the bit where his mate's in a bit of trouble and he just walks away, and you're thinking it was more like that. They sort of downplayed that a little bit, didn't they? Rather than
Yeah, I think his introductory scene was a bit. You're almost like this guy's going to become Shazam
yeah,
from what he does But he's got reasons for doing everything he does, hasn't he? As well, like,
yeah,
and I think deep down he is a good guy and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So Zachary Levi, as you talked about him a little bit earlier, didn't you? As Shazam, what do you think?
Thought it was great. Thought it was a perfect casting, to be honest. 'Cause like I
Yeah.
said, first casting, I was trying to think, well, is that really right? But then when you think about how Shazam is as a character, you thought, oh, this is his first time out. It's definitely right. And yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. And I can't believe the size of his arms and shoulders.
Well,
Well,
I think
like,
there was some padding there as well, but he did get quite big for it.
oh, was there? Because I was like
Yeah, yeah.
huge. I was like, Jesus.
But I think they were trying to give him the build he has in the comics.
Yeah, yeah,
So he's very big in the comics. He's a lot. I think I'd say he's like wider than Superman. If you get my drift.
yeah, yeah.
I think they wanted to portray that. Although Zachary Levi's taller than Henry Cavill as well, because he's about 6'4", I think. Zachary Levi, and Henry Cavill's 6'1", so there's a height difference there as well. So not that it matters. What do you think to Jack Dylan Grazer as Freddy?
I thought he was the best thing in it, personally.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah,
he kind of stole the show from Zachary Is it Levi? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced Levy, but I think it is Levi. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he kind of stole the film from him, to be honest.
Yeah, I do as well. It was so funny.
He was fantastic in it. Yeah, really well played. Very funny.
I think the balance of because he's the one who gets the powers, but he don't know anything about being a superhero, and Freddy knows it all, doesn't he? He's like the expert.
That's why they work as the kind of partnership, don't they?
Yeah.
He's trying to teach you, and it's all about him, Billy Batson, actually growing up and realizing there's things in front of him that he should appreciate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I think in a way he teaches him how to have a brother, don't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we've talked about Mark Strong, haven't we? In fact, I didn't really talk about Mark Strong, did I? Because I really liked him as the villain. I mean, I know a lot about Sivana, and he's a bit weedy in the comics, so I kind of appreciated a more a stronger take on him, where he was a bit more of a threat. Because in the comics, I kind of never took him.
Well, I think I thought it might end up being a bit cheesy. I think if it had gone weaker, it would have done. It'd have felt cheesy. It'd have felt like, oh, this is just your intro. I
think it would have felt unnatural for Mark Strong to play a part like that as well, because he's quite. To look at him, he's not like a skinny guy, is he? Do you know what I mean? And
isn't he quite tall as well?
I think so, yeah. But he gives off that he's got that presence, hasn't he? That of being like an evil git, basically.
Yeah, I really like him. Wasn't he in what's that spy thing with that?
Kingsman. Yeah,
he's in that as well. I thought he was.
Yeah, he's great in that as well. Yeah, I think he's everything. Like Grimsby, he was great in that. What's that one with Stardust? He's great in that. He's just a really good actor.
Yeah, I kind of like him when he's playing that more sort of tongue-in-cheek character.
I know what you mean.
Like does that.
Yeah, because he was pretty much he was quite evil in this, wasn't he? And
yeah,
although you kind of get why in a sense, but
I can't see any. Oh, he's 6'2". I thought he was about 6'2".
Yeah, there you go. That's quite tall, isn't it? And Zachary Levi's 6'4". It's on a 2-inch.
Especially since I'm 5'4.5".
Yeah, deal.
Tall for me.
We're about the same height. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I want to talk about anyone else, because obviously we'll talk more spoilers. But I think you can't really talk about the other siblings too much without getting into spoilers.
Yeah,
points,
but, definitely.
I really like the little girl in it. I can't remember her name. The young sister.
Oh God, you're asking me. The person who forgets everybody's name.
I've got the cast list in front of me and I can't find her. You know what I'm talking about, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very funny, I thought. She cracked me up a lot.
I was a bit surprised who the wizard was as well.
Oh, yeah. We could talk about the wizard.
Is it Jimon? Do you pronounce it Jimon Hunsu?
Yeah, I'd say spot on that, yeah. Well, he was in Aquaman as the Fisherman King. I had a brief scene in that. So I thought it was quite funny that he's been in 2 DC movies in a row. And he's also in Captain Marvel, apparently. So he's in both Captain Marvel movies.
Do you know the mother, Marta Millans? Have you seen her in something else? Because she looked really familiar.
I think so, yeah. What did you think to him as the wizard, by the way? Did you like him?
Yeah, I did actually. When I first saw him, I was a bit like, really? But I thought he played it really well.
He's got a good voice, hasn't he? I think he's got a voice for it.
He's got when he speaks, he's got presence with his voice.
Yeah. Right, looking at her now, I don't know if I've seen her in anything else.
No, I don't. She was called Darla. The young.
Oh yeah, Darla. Yeah, I thought she was hilarious. She was on me in stitches.
Yeah, and I liked the kid Eugene Choi, who kept playing all the video games all the time.
Yeah.
At the beginning, where he's playing video games, and the next time you see him, he's on a phone playing video games.
Yeah. I guess we can talk about the kids.
Well, I don't think there's too much spoilerific in it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can talk about a film without spoiling it to some level anyway.
Yeah. I think that what the kids did very well was like the character arcs is they all had their own little things, and you saw why it was important for Billy to accept him as his family, and I think that was probably a part of the story, wasn't it? It was basically all about family, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, Yeah,
When you
that's
think about it. I mean, you compare the two characters, Billy and Sivana. That like he had his parents there, but he didn't get treated very well, and he didn't have his parents there, and he
yeah,
did get treated well in a sense, but he didn't treat others well, did Billy? So you saw all like the parallels of their lives and how different they were and stuff.
yeah. And the guy who played the dad there, the actor's name's Cooper Andrews, was
Yeah, he was
singing.
in Walking Dead, wasn't he? I remember him from
Oh, was
Walking
he?
Dead.
I was looking at him thinking, I know this guy from somewhere, but I
He
couldn't
was
figure
in
it
that,
out
like,
now.
was it called The Kingdom or whatever it's called with what was that guy called who had that tiny gun?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I
can't
can't remember his
remember.
name now.
But yeah, I know you mean.
So yeah, what did you think to like the CGI and stuff? Because obviously it had a small budget this compared to like Man of Steel and BVS and other bigger films. What did you think to the budget?
Um,
The budget, the CGI,
I know what you meant.
not the budget.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. There was a bit where he was flying that I could tell was CGI, but then I thought there was a bit later on that was really clever because I couldn't tell if it was a bit of CGI and a bit of him
Yeah,
or all
yeah.
CGI, and I thought it can't be all
See,
CGI. It looks too. They look like they got it right. I think they might have mixed.
yeah, I saw the CGI because there were sometimes when it was full CGI. There was a bit where I thought Savannah, wasn't there, and it was full CGI. Both
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
But
yeah,
oh, it's CGI better than I thought. Oh, but it looks quite good. If that makes
yeah.
sense.
That bit in particular, I think they probably used his head and maybe CGI'd his body.
I don't know.
Or bits of his body. It was
I
really
thought.
strange, wasn't it? Some looked like it was CGI, but I couldn't tell what it was because it definitely wasn't his face. I'm sure it wasn't. His face
Yeah,
looked
maybe you're right.
like it
Yeah,
was his face. So, but yeah,
yeah,
no, I think they obviously didn't have as massive a budget, and still I think that's better than usually what you see in big budget films. So, I don't mean big budget films. I mean like films with massive budgets.
yeah.
Yeah, so no, I thought the CGI was really good, but they didn't have to use too much of it either, which I think always helps because then probably the team doing the CGI have got a lot longer to do it.
Yeah. I thought that as well. I thought they just used it very wisely.
Yeah,
To be quite honest. So, what did you think to the music? Like, we'll go with the score and then we'll go with the soundtrack because there were obviously some songs used as well.
yeah. Well, obviously, using a Queen song is always going to be high on my list of
That
good things.
was "Don't Stop Me Now," I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I love Queen. So
With it being in
yeah, that
Philly,
was good.
I kind of thought maybe would they use "Eye of the Tiger" or the Rocky theme or
Oh,
something.
they
And use,
did that. I was trying to think what the other songs were.
yeah, they used "Eye of the Tiger." I think there were some other ones, but when you like can't really remember.
Yeah, there was. I think I seem to remember there were three that I thought of, but I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, I even thought the score was good as well.
Oh yeah, I did too. I thought the
I
main
thought,
theme was very Superman and but kind of mixed with a bit like Indiana Jones and
yeah, there was only
very similar.
a couple of times I'd say where the score was like, oh, this sounds really good. The rest of it I didn't really notice, but I don't know if that's because I was so into the film. Because sometimes you really notice music and sometimes you don't. But if it wasn't there,
Yeah,
you know it wasn't there. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
But yeah, I really liked it. That was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, me too. And like I say, I thought the main theme was really good. It was
Yeah.
quite.
I know what you mean about
It's
the
very
like sort
heroic.
of the sort of heroic theme. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess there isn't too much else to talk about if we're not doing spoilers. Is there? So just what do you want to just give like a final word and then maybe rate it?
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I'd definitely recommend going to see it. It's funny. It's got some good action pieces. I don't really know what else you could want from a film. If you want to be entertained, it's going to entertain you. I feel so. Yeah, go see it.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I also am on an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Think it'll be great. I think it's probably the best DC film to watch with your kids. If I'm completely honest, I don't know if
Yeah,
you'd agree with
probably.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually relieved that the Christmas aspects didn't overrule the film because I had this feeling it was going to be really Christmassy, and it kind of wasn't, right? It kind of was a bit Christmassy in a sense.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised
Nice.
by that because of the timing of the release. I was a bit like, oh, why is this Christmas? And I thought,
Yeah.
did they plan at one point to release it at Christmas and then change their mind?
Yeah. Well, without spoilers, I'll say there's some very funny scenes with Santa Claus that had me in stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone should go see this film. I think you'll have a great fun time. You know, if you're more into serious films, and you don't like comedy films, I think you're probably not going to like it.
Yeah.
But I actually think if you do like the Marvel films, you probably enjoy this one because it was very humorous and it was all about having fun. I thought, apart from obviously
Yeah.
there was emotional beats and stuff. It was very much reminding me like an old film where you'd have the heartfelt emotion and you'd have like the dark scariness, but you'd also have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because even like Goonies has that aspect on it where some of it's quite emotional, like because it's quite sad the Goonies in a sense that they're going to lose the house and all that sort of stuff. You know, I kind of
Yeah.
felt like it's got some of those feelings to it that you probably would have got in a Spielberg film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I will say as well, my wife liked it, Kelly. So, and
yeah,
she said she didn't think she was going to enjoy it when she went. Because I said, "Oh, I thought you would," because I knew what we were going to like, and
yeah,
I
and
guess
your
I
son,
was
I know your son enjoyed it because his
oh yeah,
reactions were really good during the film because he were like, there was a certain bit towards the end which I won't spoil, and he was like, "Wow!" and they were right excited, weren't they? And
yeah, I could
he was
hear him getting
He was
excited.
actually shouting a lot on it through the film, which was quite good.
Yeah,
At certain points, so I
yeah,
enjoyed
he
that.
gets excited by stuff.
Yeah, he does. Which I like that. I think that's great.
Yeah,
Shows
of
he
course,
enjoys
yeah,
his films. Yeah.
definitely.
So, challenge for you next week. I want you to tell me next week, not this week, where you'd put it in your ranking of DC films so far. You know the
Oh yeah, I've got them somewhere.
ones. Yeah. So dig that out and then slot this in somewhere, and I'll do the same. And hopefully Ryan can join us next week. Who joined us? What was he on again? He was on Death of Superman, wasn't he?
Yeah,
When we did that. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be
So
good. So we can go into spoilers because obviously I can't talk about anything I didn't like 'cause it's spoilerific. So
yeah, and I think what we should do next week is we should just spoil it. We're not gonna. Sometimes when we do spoilers, we still hold stuff back.
yeah,
I think we should just go into it and go for it.
yeah, we can warn
Yeah.
people before they listen.
Yep. Cool. Right then, I think that'll be it for us. You can follow us at MBP Movie Podcast on Twitter. And if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask us or you want to tell us what you thought of Shazam, just tell us and we'll read it out on show. Yeah. Right, cool. Right.
So
Take
next
care
time,
then.
see
Yeah.
you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.